if you had told me that I would love a horror film about paranormal investigation, I'd have told you you'd lost your mind. I am a spiritualist and absolutely love the link between this earth and the spirit world. But I find that a lot of horror films, such as Paranormal Activity, just really do it really badly. Really, really badly. But The Conjuring gets it just right. And The Conjuring, the first film, is absolutely fantastic. I have to say the sequels get progressively less interesting. But The Conjuring itself, released in 2013, is not a bad film. I actually really thoroughly enjoyed this and thought it was so gripping and so compelling. And we have some great characters. It utilises jump scares, but also psychological. The atmosphere is brilliant. The lighting's spot on. It's just fantastic. So this was directed by James Wan, written by Chad Hayes and Kerry W. Hayes, and stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as Ed and Lorraine Warren. And I think they're definitely the driving force behind this as our paranormal investigators. I think because they're so likeable, they don't feel like charlatans, they feel really believable, they feel warm and homely. They work really well, and I think that's one of the main reasons why this is very different to pretty much every other film that has tried to do this. So they are helping a family who seem to have this dark presence around their farmhouse, and the poster art is a picture of a tree with a noose hanging from it, and that's basically the mood that you can expect. There's always something sinister lurking around every corner, and a lot of it feels like it could be human. For example, a noose from a tree is a pretty terrifying human thing. But there are things that are unexplainable as well. I mean, I suppose a noose from a tree is pretty unexplainable, but, you know, you could surmise how it got there. There are things that are completely out of our grasp, and there are some ridiculously beautiful scenes in this. It's fantastic. The acting is brilliant. The acting is astounding in a lot of cases. And obviously we get our introduction to Annabelle, which, you know, when I look back, I forget how much of a role Annabelle played in this compared to her own films. And obviously the Annabelle films were pretty decent, but not a patch on this. I think everybody is very well cast in this. The way the narrative progresses is brilliant. It's got enough meat in it to actually keep it going. There are a lot of paranormal-based films where it's a building, there are some investigators, it's a bit spooky, they try and defeat it, and that's it. It's very, very linear, one-dimensional. This is not. This has so many different things going for it. I'm just really, really impressed with how they've taken a genre that's overdone and usually underdone a lot as well at the same time. It's never really done very well. And actually said, well, actually, you can do this well. Here is an example of how to do it, and they've done a phenomenal job with it, and it did restore my faith in paranormal horror. It is brilliant. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch them in order. Watch the first one first. Makes sense. It's really good. The Annabelle films as well are very good, but just not quite at the same caliber. But I'll always have a soft spot for the first Conjuring film.